What up? It's Lil C's. Back at it again. I hope you guys are doing really well. Hope you guys are doing great today. Hope you guys are relaxed. Relax and chill out. Get your Elf Bar, get your dip, get your weed, and go ahead and smoke it up and relax. This is gonna be a crazy one. This guy gets knocks out an officer, and then I guess he gets blicked up after. Check it out.
Straight further from guys like
Scentbird.com for 55% off your first month's order.
nice.
So it's just $7 a month for your first month, and you can always upgrade to get 2 or 3 cents a month.
Nice.
On February 19th at around 10 p.m., Winter Park police receive a 911 call about an irate and very drunk wedding guest. The caller told the dispatcher that the subject was grabbing people by the neck and shoving people to the floor.
Very irate, drunk. Yes, he has no shirt on. He's on the outside of the building. He's trying to beat people up. He's yelling. He's very drunk. Yes, he's being violent. He's starting to shove people's heads and beat people up. So, kind of person. So he's shoving people's heads and starting to try to hit them? Yes. He's grabbing an older woman and shoving her. Yeah, it's getting bad. So they're just saying for me to move away because people are making him mad. Anybody of authority is making him angry. Yeah, he's grabbing people's necks and like it's an older woman. I think it's his mom. 2 people he puts on the floor.
This being a wedding and it's 10 p.m. at night, we're just going to go ahead and assume that everyone was absolutely plastered. Once police arrived on scene, they quickly moved towards the suspect, identified as 39-year-old Daniel Knight. You can see in some of the security camera footage from the venue that they were trying to get him outside because he was just causing a whole ruckus. The police records show from his criminal past that he is 6'3" and weighs 260 pounds. On top of being a big old boy, he's got a mean right hook. You'll see what I mean here in a minute. The secondary officer arriving on scene is the initial one to make contact with our suspect, who is shouting obscenities and appears to argue with other patrons. When Officer 2 makes contact, an unidentified woman is standing in front of Daniel, assumably trying to prevent him from being more of a belligerent drunk. So Officer 2 attempts to remove her from the scene after giving the woman several commands of move out of the way. Daniel doesn't like that Officer 2 is trying to remove the woman away from him, saying, "Don't you snatch my MFing sister," so he aggressively steps toward Officer 2 and pushes him. The sister, who is causing more harm than good, shouts his name and attempts to calm him, but does not succeed. Officer 2 then separates him from his sister. This is when he delivers a vicious right hook to the face of Officer 2, knocking him to the ground completely unconscious.
Give a fuck. He's okay. He's okay. He's our brother. He's our brother.
Man, that bitch ain't got nothing to do with me.
It's his first wedding.
You shut up.
It's his first wedding. It's his first wedding.
Shut up.
Listen,
Back
it's his
up.
first wedding.
Back up. Back up.
Move
out of the way. Move out of the way. Move out of the way. Move out of the way. Man, move out of the way. Move out of the way. Move out of the way. Come here for a second.
That's some cool tats though. Go with the tats.
Come here. Come here. Come here.
Please.
Come here. Don't you slap my motherfucking sister.
Danny.
Get away from me. Step back. Back up. Back up. You touch my sister. Back up. Back up. Back up. Back up. Back up. Hold on. Gotcha. Hold on. Okay. Back up. What's up, man? What's up? Okay. Hey, talk to me.
Hey.
He knocked him way more than unconscious. It takes the officer a minute to just get up off the ground. Let's take a look at the officer who fired the shots, fatally wounding the suspect's perspective. Officer 1 draws his taser, standing a few yards away from our suspect, while also issuing commands to put his hands behind his back. The officer tries to deploy his taser several times, but the sister is in the way. Finally, when he does deploy his taser, it doesn't do anything.
Get away from him! Get away from him now! Step back, Sam. Step back. You touch my sister. Hey, you touch my sister. Hold on. Don't let that mother come over here. Put your hands. Okay.
Wait.
Step back.
Just drunk.
Put your hands. Step back. Step back. Put your hands by your back now. Put your hands.
After Officer 1 tries to deploy his taser, which is unsuccessful, the suspect then knocks him to the ground and starts.
That bitch is saying, he's just drunk. He's just drunk. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. He's just drunk. What the fuck? What kind of excuse is that shit?
Starts assaulting him from behind. The officer, fearing for his safety, because if he gets knocked out too, then the suspect has access to his gun, his taser, anything on his belt or his partner's belt, rolls over, draws his pistol, and fires 7 shots into Daniel at close range.
Step back. Step back. Put your hands by your back now. Put your hands.
As soon as the suspect goes down, everything erupts into complete chaos. People are screaming, the sister attacks the officer who fired the shots. It was absolute madness.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Damn, that was like 6 shots.
Before any of the body camera footage was released, the family got on the news, stating that Daniel did nothing wrong and he was not violent towards the officers. I understand it's very emotional for the family, but they flat out lied.
I watched them unload their gun on my brother's chest.
Trina says he wasn't aggressive or belligerent, but the officers were. Trina says he wasn't aggressive or belligerent, but the officers were. Trina says he wasn't aggressive or belligerent. Trina says he wasn't.
They should use non-lethal for that situation. I don't know, man. Lift some more weights and shoot non-lethal. To be honest,
Aggressive or belligerent.
Trina says he wasn't aggressive or belligerent.
We are demanding criminal charges on each and every officer.
Well, that's all I have for you fine people today. I'm going to be over at twitch.tv/donut.
You heard the man. It's Lil C's. Like and subscribe. I'm outie.